Streaming. There we go. A little more centered. You can see my muffler. That's what it is, right? Let's see, am I signed into the chat bot? I think. Don't need new API tokens. Test. It works. It works. But now, the true test. Uh-oh, no audio? Should be working. Oh, it's because it wasn't focused. Fair enough. Fair enough. Test. Well, alright. I'm going to minimize Steam. Got my little Twitch window. Oh, I need a new monitor. But money. Oh well. Let's put on the headphones. And let's play Torment. Hellscape Torment. Wait. Oh yeah, this place. So much content in here. Would you like to play a game? Who was that? This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy, raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I am Kasai Saris. So tell me, what might I do for you, Anything, Mort cries. Do anything you want to me. Kasai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Mort. Truly, though, please, what can I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kasai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. Oh, God. I don't have dreams, actually. Kasai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and devas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. Well, I did have some questions. Kasai blinks her crimson eyes at you, awaiting your question. If you don't mind my asking, what are you? Kasai shakes her head. What, can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman, she raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain-touched, actually, like your friend here. Kasai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, that's Echo. She's very sweet, but so quiet. I understand that she said something once, which caused some great tragedy, and because of that she'll never speak again. Kasai shrugs, smiling. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if it's true. Try asking Delora. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo, back from a time when Echo was speaking. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, I don't. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. What is it? Just a compliment? You do have very lovely eyes, you know. Idiot. Anna? Anna, please, it's only a compliment. Kasai Sarah shrugs and looks back to you. Why, thank you. You can see them glowing in the dark, you know. Bizarre, no? You've some nice eyes, too. So dark and mysterious. So full of character. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask me of her again. Farewell, then. There's Delora. Did I talk to Delora? Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? The fuck? Return to Delora the keys to her heart. Oh, Merriman. Okay. Yes, I went in there. Okay. Nothing in here. Except some things to explore. Oh yeah, give me that. Give me that handkerchief. Is it locked? Here, let's close the door. Just a role play. Can we not?
I'm gone.
Close it. Well, okay. Maybe you can't. Anyway.
I'm gone.
Come on, everybody. Hell yeah. Getting paid. Anything good in here? Cool chair, a weird bed. This thing. Alright. I don't see anything else in there. Uh-oh. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes, come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room. Storming behind my partition like so, rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze or the hissing of serpents. Mort whispers quietly, "Whoa, creepy chit." My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gives a slight humph, but it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way, then? Not just yet. I had some questions. Ask. Why do you remain behind this screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs, and there is a sound of scales sliding on scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you as well. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it that you want? What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to you voice yours. The silence of both of them, literal then figurative, is deafening. Why do you have such a terrible disposition? Oh, I think not. You'd find them most unflattering at this moment. What is it you want? Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echo's, I've heard. No, I've not a clue. No, do you? You hear an annoyed sigh from out of the darkness. Go ask Eve. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something of use. You hear a faint hissing sound, because something of mine is missing, and something unwanted has arrived on my doorstep in its place.
Updated my journal.
My veil, my crimson veil. Have you seen it, perchance? Hey, Ralph. How you doing? And yeah, there we go. Excuse me. No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil? No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now what do you want? I'm imagining she's like a Gorgon. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. It is. It's such a quest-filled brothel. You have no such want. She's gonna, like, petrify me. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? I think so. You think so? How could it not know? It's kind of complicated. Indeed, it must be too great for a mere mind such as mine to grasp. I really have no sure idea of what I am. Good. Hanging out is solid. That's almost interesting. Describe yourself for me. I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind, I do not wish to know. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of writhing asps, and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. No, hardly. Though I've powers some might call fiendish. My glance turns living things to stone, for instance, from beings of flesh to statuary with the bat of an eyelash. Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue? I suppose I could, had you a limb and I were inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined had I my crimson veil. All right. I think I searched these. Yeah. Is it in my journal? She didn't ask me to find it, but perhaps I'll... Okay. I like this music. Do-do-do-do. It's like so perfectly fitting of this place. What is this room? Uh-oh. Brothel cellar. Alright, let's go down here in a second.
Alright.
I like that Tetris wall. That's a nice bed. Probably kill myself on it accidentally, but... Alright. Time to bash. No, but bash it.
Force
I'm surprised at how well bashing works.
Forced it. Forced it.
I don't know why we all need to bash, too. Like, if the first one works, right? Like, why are we all bashing? We're so bashful. Okay, nothing there. How about this one? Alright. Time to get bashy. Bashed it. Oh, wow, that's a decent amount. I thought there'd be more ladies in these rooms. Do-do-do-do.
Forced it. Opened.
Wow. More and more. A lot of hankies.
Forced it.
Okay. Couple more. There we go. Juliet. Right in front of her, huh? Let's see.
Forced it.
Okay. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes. I'm named Juliet. How may I... Oh, never that mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. A wild Darin appears. Extra wild. What's up, perps? Haven't seen you in a bit. Is your life so tedious? Excuse me. Alas, it is. She sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. Perhaps I could make it less boring for you, my lady. No. 'Tis kind of thee to offer, though. I'm already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just that I wish something more of our liaison. Aw, okay. Well, maybe we can hang out, another stream in the future, perps. But I'm glad to, see you just for a few minutes. It's always cool. Is the relationship lacking, then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings. And our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. Thanks. Yeah, I realized this morning when I put it on that I hadn't worn it in a while, so figured I'd put it on. As they say. Nobody says that. But I'm glad you like it. Thank you, perps. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. I took my school pen home again. I hate that. Maybe I'll just go ask admin for another box of pens. Then I can just slowly steal them all. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. I can't remember any courtships I've had. The remnants of the ones I've encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships. Oh, just a pen. I keep it on my shirt in case I have to write while I'm, like, away from my desk. And then I end up taking them home, so. That's what I did. Feuding families. Daggers at one another's backs. Poison, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Mort floats close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for her lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A chit like this is nothing but trouble. That doesn't sound wise, Juliet. Relish what you have. What did you have in mind, Juliet? I'm not sure. Some element of danger or jealousy. Something intense. I can pretend to be a jealous suitor if you want. It's true, perps. Pretty soon I'll be stealing printers, copy machines, and then I'll just steal the gym. Yeah, one of these, like, snow days. Where'd our gym go? Couldn't have been the computer teacher. Juliet glances at you, then scoffs. Why? You told me to. Juliet glances at you, then scoffs. Oh, I highly doubt... Actually, that idea 'tis not half as addled as I first had thought. Thou dost certainly look dangerous enough. She looks you in the eye, as if appraising a horse. Art thou as rugged and tough as thy appearance would indicate? They don't make them any tougher than me, I assure you. You can sleep. Probably. Yes, I'll do it. Excellent. My love Montague may be found within the Civic Fest Hall. I thank thee. Of course. I'll go speak to him. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Man, all these ladies have such quests. Ralph is here. He's probably writing a goddamn book while he watches. What? As you make to search the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawers slam themselves shut. A disdainful humph issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello, indeed, the armoire gives another humph. So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frilly undergarments, Ralph's here. Also, this game is engrossing enough, perps. Go to bed if you have to. I mean, I'll miss you. You talk? Do I? Why, yes, I do. Who are you? I am... Lewis? Who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow rummaging about on other people's things. Never mind that. What are you doing here? There's Ralph. I wonder what he's doing. Yes, you have, and I am with you, Ralph. It's the best brothel. Well, sir, if you must know, I am being an armoire. But why are you being an armoire in this brothel? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire, thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers, where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I'm merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations. That is a good emoji. What's it say? Don't the emojis have like little names? Oh, wow. I did it! So all the women know about this, then? Yes, yes they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of... Well, not with their entire hearts exactly, and while I have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they are not exactly aware that I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon the matter. I'll need something from you to keep quiet about this one. Very well, posh. Open the third drawer, you scalawag. Is that how you spell that? Scalawag? I always thought it was scallywag. As you reach your hand into the drawer, it slams shut on your fingers with great force. Searing pain races through your hand as you withdraw your battered fingers. Haha, cretin, idiot! Open the drawer, I said, and you reach in. He slams his drawer again for emphasis, then begins shaking with laughter. Very amusing. First, I would tell you this one thing. I've been popping in and out of the brothel for a good long time. I'm quite knowledgeable regarding both its occupants and their activities. I assure you that talking about me is utterly worthless. Not only will you lose me as a potential source of information, but I'll simply disappear before someone comes to investigate your claims, leaving you looking the fool. Maybe I'll just chop you up for kindling, then. You'll do nothing of the sort. Why, even the most common of men knows that one can't commit an act of violence within the brothel. You'll simply be cast out. And even if that were not the case, I assure you my command of the art is quite impressive. So... what can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. She can't have always been mute, you know. Otherwise, I'm most certain she would have learned some other means of communicating in the meantime. It must be a recent occurrence. The armoire seems to think about this for a moment. I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides, there's no cause to change back at the present moment, since I've not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It is a complex thing to hold and sort soft frilly clothes, smelling of wondrous woman smells. A drawer slides open and closed, the sound mimicking a pleasant sigh. This is weird. I don't like this. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Okay, perps. Well, thanks for stopping in. It's always good to see you, hear from you, read from you. Anyway. Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in that scent of hers? Absolutely wondrous it was, but sadly no. I know not where good Lady Vivian's scent might be found. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. I heard she used to walk about in a crimson veil. Have a good night, morning, day, time zones, perps. But that she had recently taken to a room and darkened it. I did not know what had occurred, so this veil of hers is missing then? Yes. Few folk who've dwelled in Sigil for any length of time don't. I must wonder, though, what is it about her you wish to know? I'll give him the greetings, perps. I need to find her. You're mad, you know, quite mad. Utterly barmy, I believe, is the common term for it. Ravel was banished from Sigil long ago, and if she's not dead, you'll wish you were, should you somehow succeed in finding her. She devoured all those who sought her out before, it is said, and will likely do you the same disservice. I would leave well enough alone. I would have a man fight out for himself rather than tell him the whole of it. After all, that's half the joy of the entire experience. I'll only tell you that which you likely know already. It's called the brothel of slating intellectual lusts, and the prostitutes within specialize in the arts of language and communication. Uh-oh. This is the research journal of a linguist named Finnan. I can bring that back to him, I bet. Okay, Delora. There's Echo. This striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper, a translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I had some questions. Is your name Echo?
Updated my journal.
May I ask why you can't communicate? Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? May I ask if it was something else then? Did your voice cause someone's death or some other tragedy? Can you tell me about this place? Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? What? What do you know of her?
Updated my journal.
I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? Okay. I think I've talked to all the working girls. Unless there's some secret ones. Oh, you know what? Let's go into the cellar. And then I'll go back up. And we'll figure what we gotta out.
I'm gone.
What the fuck? This grayish-white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light. Something was once inscribed into its base, but the writing has been scoured away.
Updated my journal.
Uh-oh. Yellow, red, green, blue, black, white, chronocross is the pattern. This translucent indigo stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a deep blue light. Inscribed into its base is the word Juliet. Oh, I wonder if Echo's name was removed, and so she can't talk. Nenny? Nenny? Echo? Oh, no. Wow. Vivian? This is like the Sensate Lounge. Marissa? Kasai Saris. Delora. Kamashi Addertongue. Addertongue. Oh, let's talk to this guy. The man, looking slightly puzzled, nods as you approach. Greetings, sir. Might I ask how you came to be here? I just came down those stairs through that strange door I found. I'd best work on concealing it a bit better then. He shrugs and smiles at you. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You're not supposed to be down here, really, but it's all right if you look about for a bit. I really shouldn't even allow you to be down here, let alone be chatting with you. Please, no questions for now. It's where the ladies' sensory stones are kept. They use them as diaries of a sort. You won't be able to use them if that's what you're thinking. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel, so that only she may access that stone.
Updated my journal.
Vess. Or Eve? Alright. Cool, cool room. I should probably make a list of who doesn't have a stone. Alright, let's go talk to our angel again. Ba-do-do-do. Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. Maybe I should talk to these patrons. Yes? You seem troubled. No, not quite troubled. I'm merely trying to puzzle out a way to win against Delora. Was there anything else, or... I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Okay. Well met, sir. Might I be so bold as to say, before you ask anything of me, that I am a patron here and not one of the students? Oh, I care not for that Marissa. A most unpleasant disposition has she. Guess let's go talk to this guy. I'm here to speak with the lady, sir, and not to one such as yourself. Okay, good. Talk to this wizard guy. Sadly, I know, but we all age. Alright, let's talk to Fall from Grace.
How may I help you?
Fall from Grace turns as you approach and smiles slightly. How may... okay. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Did I not talk to all of them? Maybe talking to them means I have to do their quests so they'll talk to me more. Karina's friend. Okay. Split Pestle and Kiln. Merriman. Alright, let's see. Okay. So I need to go to... For multiple things, I need to go to the, Well, okay, how about this? I'm going to return the Linguist's book. Harlot. Finham glances your way, frowning. Chosen to grace my home once more, have you? What is it you wish of me this time? Wait. Can I not just give it to him? Like... I don't... Does he, like, will he not talk to me, or?
All right.
Like, he's obviously looking for his book. God, look in your drawer, idiot. Huh. Dude. Like...
Hi?
I don't think I was given a quest to bring it back to him. Oh, maybe... I think I've talked to everybody, but I can't talk to Echo because she can't talk.
I'm gone.
Maybe? Alright, I put his book back in his drawer. Stupidly. Shadows live? I don't know if I need this. Shadows live. I could probably sell all this crap. See if Our Lady wants to buy anything. Vrishchika. Buy all these handkerchiefs. Gold earring, gold earring, gold earring, copper earring, gold ring. Cool. Oh, really? Oh, I only sold one of them. That's fine. Okay, I'll keep the other three. Anything but linguistics? Like... Wasn't there a linguistics thing in here? Front. Codex of the Inconceivable, I definitely want. Thanks for the tip, Dafu. Also, thanks, Ralph. Inconceivable. Ooh. I know a guy who needs to get separated. This stuff was compounded by a scholar who'd found she possessed a darker half, split the darker half away from her. I'll take it. Fiend's Tongue. Monster Jug? Okay, I looked at that. Stained Lens, Tattered Ragdoll. Communution. Oh, that's... So I should keep the 1? There's no buyback. I don't know. I'll see if 3 is enough, and I can always go back here and buy the 1 if I need it. Thanks. No, I appreciate the tip, though, Dafu. Okay, good. Should be set. There. Okay, I have the 1. Horrific separation. Will only speak about linguistics? That's a weird tip. I don't think anybody else can talk to him.
I'm gone.
Suspicious sealed scroll. Like... Maybe I have to do something else first. I'm a scholar and a linguist, sir. Huh. Well, I'm gonna put his damn book in his drawer and then maybe I'll give it back to him later. It's in your drawer, idiot. I'm piking off. I'm piking off. Oh yeah, that's my Farad note. Maybe somebody else will find it and be like, shadows live? Alright. I think the Civic Fest Hall is where I have to go next. Specifically... Oh, there's that lady. What do I got? Montague I gotta talk to? I'll smell something, I'm sure, at some point. Okay. One of the upper wards. Maybe I'll find him in here. He's an orange, and he's a fat, balding man, okay? Oh, wow, fancy. What's up, Splinter? This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. Excuse me. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw nearer. Welcome to the Civic Fest Hall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Fest Hall and priest king of Ur. How may we help you? Despite his humble offer of aid and his voice is powerful and commanding. A deep and rumbling sound that resonates throughout the chamber. How can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the society. Lastly, it is through us that purchases from the Society's vaults are made. Spells, items, and such. This song is going to drive me crazy. There was someone I was looking for here. Merriman? Merriman is usually pacing back and forth around the lecture halls. Travel through the middle door on the eastern wall, and the door beyond that as well. You will likely be wandering within the hallway you'll find yourself in. Thanks.
Done.
I'm looking for a fat, balding man in orange. Montague is a busy young man. He can usually be found moving between this chamber, and the three that lie along its eastern wall. Yolmi has taken to waiting about in this very chamber of late. We think she's looking or waiting for someone. In any case, she should be nearby. Oh, there she is. Now that I think of it, let's go separate that one dude at the apothecary.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. What's his name? Pestle Kiln.
I'm gone.
I mean, he's not an orange. Maybe one of the two will be. I've got this elixir of horrific separation. Do you think that'd help you? Both his eyes suddenly snap to the small bottle in your hands. He nods, smacking his lips. Pestlekiln takes the bottle in both his hands and places it beneath the counter. His left eye focuses on you, while his right eye and hand concentrate on scribbling furiously on the countertop. We can use this to make something that'll fix us. Right on up. Now, if you'll give us a moment, when we get it all worked, out, we'll make you some healing stuffs for a reward. This one goes here, and this one goes here. Oh wow, there's Kiln. Wait, there's Pestle. Okay. This man's face closely resembles Pestle Kiln's, though without the crawling skin and constant subtle mutations. Greetings again. The name's Kiln. Need you something? I work in the stockroom all day, I do. I'm no good to ask your questions of. You have to talk to Pestle. Alright. Let's talk to Fancy Pants Pestle. Greetings again, sir, and well met. What is it I, Pestle, can do for you? Yes, of course, your reward, eh? Let's see now. I'll manufacture them for you for nothing, of course, but I'll need the proper ingredients. An Oni's heart? Or powdered hematite? Or the hair of a deva? Or a thread from an Asimon's robe? Or the blood of a regenerating creature such as a troll, or... Pestle raises an eyebrow. Do they now? Well, then your own blood just might do. Here, give me a sample if you would. After drawing a small quantity of your blood and retreating to the back of the store, Pestle returns with a number of what appears to be hardened drops of blood. Placed upon one's tongue, these clot charms will heal existing wounds and aid in the prevention of new ones for a time. But I only speak of the store. All right. The clot charms, okay. Dude, hella clot charms. Well, I won't read that. Why do I fucking rags? I'm just putting these on the floor, fuck it. Alright, I separated my guy. I wonder where that dude in orange is. I feel like I talked to a bunch of people. Alright, I'm going back to the Civic Fest Hall. Sometimes I have caffeine and it just makes me more tireder. Which is of the quality of grammar I'd only use if I am more tireder. Oh, let's talk to Yolmi. This stern-looking older woman seems to be looking for someone. Her eyes fix upon your face as you approach her. You there, might I have a word with you? Yes, you're Yomi, correct? I spoke to your messenger.
Updated my journal.
I'm pleased to meet you then, she gives a slight bow. I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, though you must admit you are an unusual man. I'll give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? But why? But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in greater detail? One moment, where did you hear these rumors? One hears all sorts of things in the fest hall. How could one not eventually hear of a man like you? Again I ask, will you consider my proposal? After a short discussion, it comes to the following terms. Yomi will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Yes, let's do it. She already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking yourself up the fest hall floor, Yomi hands you several rolls of copper coins. Rolls? While you rub your aching chest. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent nonetheless. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Alright. Well, that was a lot of money for nothing. I'm sure that'll come back to bite me at some point. Yes? There are others who might answer your questions. I would ask that you find one and leave me to my search. Is she, like, looking for rich people excitement? You know what you have to do, Yomi. You have to go to space. That's the only thing you can spend your money on. Is this a sensorium? I mean, he's fattish and balding, but... This squat, hunched old man still has the broad shoulders and scarred, calloused hands of a worker or warrior. An aura of weary despair seems to hang about him. He appears to be giving a lecture at the moment. Right, now listen up. This is the seminar on the war. If you're here to listen about the blood war, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong all, and you'd best ump your soft, comfort-loving Sigillian limber stems out of here. The blood war? More boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensates who need to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. He waggles his eyebrows at it. No, Mort. I want to hear this. The man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience, as if looking for something. And further, if you're Tanari or Batazu, ump your scaly eyes out the door. I's not letting you ornery bastards bend an ear to this and then listen to your barmy arguments. Because this is no discussion on who's right. Behind you, you hear the sounds of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the blood war from the human point of view. I's not promoting one side or another, because they both stink in different ways. So, what's left of you... What's left, oh year, wanting to listen to some blood war stories, tales about the war. Ear to hear the horror of it all, no doubt, the floating fortresses wove and weaved a human skin, the plains-wide battlegrounds, the blood war be fought on. He bares his yellowed teeth. Tales of fiends locking fangs with other fiends. Grar, snar. Well, let me peel back your lids and crack your bone boxes. 'Tis all a steamin' heap of barmy nonsense to be dwelling on that forged dung. I'll tell you this, though. You can't imagine the scale of the blood wars fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard, or participated in, nothing compares. Time, numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed. Nothing compares, Burks. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice, simple. Stay away from the big bloody mess altogether. The only thing you need to know is this. Fiends are killing fiends. Batazu are slaughtering Tanari. Tanari are butchering Batazu. Right now, neither's winning. Don't think either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity, thank the powers. That's it. That's it. I'll be answering any questions you got from me now. Gotta ask a good question. How does one survive the blood war? You want to know how to survive the Blood War? 3 things, Cutter. First off, you stay the pike out of it. Secondly, keep yourself the pike and hells out of it. And lastly, you stay the bloody pike and sod pike out of it. If any part of the war rolls your way, let your imagination give your bum a kick and run as far as and as fast as you can see. As you can. If you can't run, then lies really still and pray it passes you by. He pauses for a moment. Except there's no place it don't touch, and there's almost nowheres you can run to get away from it. Ah, now Cutter, look. They have fought here, a few times. Sometimes we get a little spillover from the Blood War. Our Lady of Pain, bless her steel-ridden heart, puts out the fires. Some of the time. There's been times, some horrifying drizzle on yourself, you're so sodden scared times, when they smashed and burnt and clawed their way through the whole sodden city blocks and sigil afore she decides to clean house. So she ain't always as keen on stopping the Blood War as it might seem, see? Don't get me wrong, both the Tanari and the Badazu want Sigil fierce. 'Tis the most precious staging ground in the Pike and multiverse. The cage is the city doors and connects everywhere. You can't ignore it, and if you're serving in the Blood War and want to win, you gotta have it. 'Tis just the fiends aren't going to get it while the lady's in charge, 'tis all. She's tough as nails. Her blades will cut you deeper than any fiend's fangs. And that knots the fiend's stems like you wouldn't believe. One quiet lady, her hands tucked in her sleeves, holding back the Blood War all by herself. Oh, damnably certain. They can't brawl in the streets too much, so as neutral ground. Sigil allows them to rattle their bone box without trying to murder each other. Sometimes they'll chat it up with each other here. The peace don't stay that way for long, though. Also, just because they can't butcher each other in the streets don't mean spies, recruitment, and backstabbing don't still go on here. They fight battles with lies and words, Burke. Sometimes 'tis all in the bluster and blather. And there's safe houses about, too. Places where they can cool their talons afore the next skirmish. And they like to recruit here, too, looking for boys fresh off the plains with a little greed in their hearts that they can make part of their glorious army. He stops speaking to peer closely at you. Mayhap they recruited you once, eh, Cutter? You look like you've tasted the war. The war leaves a scar on you, Cutter. You'd know. And you'd know you never want to go back. Oh, I got a memory. The lecture hall begins to fade from view as terrible visions begin to seep up from the base of your mind. Visions of a place where seasons are like nothing you've ever felt, or heard, or tried to shut out. A place where prayers go unheard, falling like stones to the earth. Vein-colored lightning flashes across things that were once sky, but now boil beneath your feet and scream when you brush against them. You run at the head of a large band of men, passing through dark canyons where the walls quiver moistly and beat like a heart, wearing only your blood as clothing. At last you stand in a place where the ashen gray terrain slithers like a mass of snakes, coiling around your ankles and whispering your evil to the earth. You march endlessly, silently through this colorless land, where fatigue seems to live and hunt you like a shade over the wastes, whipping you with despair. In time, you and the ragged men who follow you come upon a hag sitting upon a mound of gigantic, writhing larvae, poking at one of the slime-covered things with a broken talon. You indicate for one of the men to run forward and speak with her. The hag's grating voice carries to your ears. I would speak with him, she said, then cackled. Her eyes gleam as she points you out to the man. The handsome one that leads you, your ragged column. I would speak with him, and that is all you can recall. You feeling all right there? Yes, I'm fine. So do the fiends recruit often? You can be sure of that. Sigil's the best source of fodder on the plains. Beats milk and planets all of their prime inhabitants. Too much work. Aye, whatever you does, don't talk about the Blood War with any fiend, or any Deva or Archon for that matter. Just don't talk about it, period, because you never know who in the hell's you're really chatting with. And all of them get mighty touchy when you bring up the war. It's their reason for living. Don't go through any portal unless your pike can show you know where it goes. Maybe you haven't heard tales of clueless planeswalkers stepping through a portal and ending up smack dab in the middle of the Blood War skirmish. Middle of a Blood War skirmish. Know why you haven't heard of them? Because those sods are dead, dead, dead. And whatever you does, never sign on for a tour of duty, no matter how much stink they flash in your mug. Certain death and signing on for a tour of the Blood War are the same thing, Cutter. Chances are when you sign up, they peel you... So your tour of duty is till time itself grinds to a halt. Even death wouldn't be a release, because then you sink into the lower planes and get dredged back up as something worse than you were before. Then you got their talons on you for all eternity. I can just keep asking this dude questions. It's kind of intense. How would you get out of a tour contract? Unless they don't want you, you don't have much chance. I never heard of it being done with mean-spirited recruits or somebody they really wanted to keep their talons on. Outwitting Tanari is risky but can be done. The Badazu are much more dangerous with their contracts. You sign one of those, you're damned for life. You might try a little garnish, try and daub them, and they might let you make a run for it. But where would you go? There are so many hells. If you were evil, sure. If you're good, you'd go to another plane to spend your afterlife. But you'd still be a debtor. Now for me, I still got a lot of evil to wash from me soul. So if I died in the lower planes, they would have had me lock, stock, and barrel. Unless they don't want you, you don't have... Okay. Okay, I'm good. Right. This is the last bit then. Some of you are sensates, so I've got one thing to say to you. Don't sign up to see what the Pike and Blood War's about. Don't be a barmy idiot. Use a sensory stone if you gots to know, but stay the hells away from anything to do with the Blood War for real. 'Tis just not worth it. 'Tis not worth it at all. That's the end of the session, so farewell. Oh, these are my dudes. Alright. Excellent lecture. This fucking music. Who's that guy? Mertwin? The Headless? He has a head. Just tapes. Uh-oh. Oh, there's Montague. Alright, I want to do this right. This handsome young man seems lost in thought, his brow furrowed and a slight frown upon his lips. Greetings. And to thee, sir, hail. What dost thou wish of me? I need to speak with you about Juliet. Oh? I demand her love, and I demand that you withdraw your false protestations of love before I smash you into tiny bits. Thou love her so that thou wouldst fight me? Yes. Thou art passionate about this matter, I see. Passion stems from love. Thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onward hold no claim on her. Thou may do as thou wish. Hold a moment, this was all a ruse. She wanted to provoke you into fighting for her. Oh? Did she think my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion to her a little high. So what should be done about this ruse? Turnabout is fair play. I say ignore the chit. Act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly? Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave 'em wondering, and they'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is. Right, Chief? Yes, she'll think something's wrong, and for once, he'll be playing the game rather than being the target. I like the sound of that very much. Good luck. I hope it works out. Farewell. And a farewell to thee as well, sir. Now I have some things to attend. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Why didn't I get the pluses? Let's talk to Montague. I mean, he's like walking... Oh, did he just... God damn it. Motherfuckers just despawn.
What's up?
Why? I can't level you up, Mort. What the fuck? It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him... Yeah, that's done. Like one of them, right? Kind of a shitty little quest, though. Like, this woman's... her relationship's too good. She's, like, bored by how good it is. And then the guy's like, I'm not fighting. I don't know. Just feels shitty. And it has this air of like, women are never satisfied. I don't know, man. As you approach him, you at last realize his plight. He's headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis, a false head. The headless body stops fumbling for a moment and pauses. Its hands begin to reach out as if trying to feel exactly where you are. After a moment, its finger brushes your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows it up to the shoulder, then your head. As it feels your face and head, its hands brush your neck as if it were checking for something. Finally, it grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously in greeting. You notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy. The figure makes a series of hand motions, then waits for a response. It seems like it's asking a question. What? I don't understand. The headless body taps its foot for a moment, scratching at the chin of its prosthetic head. Suddenly, it raises a finger as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. No, I haven't seen your head anywhere. The headless body shrugs, slumps a bit, and turns to amble off. Mertwin? Let's ask Splinter about Mertwin. There's little to say that we have not told you. We are the Splinter, Doormen to the Fast Hall, demigod son of Issachar and priest king of Ur. Planeswalkers come to our world and told us of the Society of Sensation. We were fascinated and returned with them. We left Ur in the capable hands of our queen so that we might come to this place and experience servitude and humility for a time. As time does not pass here as it does in Ur, the century we have spent here will be as a mere several months in our own world. After another decade or so, we imagine we shall be ready to return to Ur and rule it once more. Okay. Man, this song has such fucking harpsichord jams. The throne appears as old as the building itself. It looks unused, more a piece of artwork than a ruler's seat. Oh, there's Anna, okay. Let's see what's in here. Quisai. Well. Oh, I'm just controlling Mort. Let's see if Dakan doesn't want me to talk to this guy. This is a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. It is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike. So much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Chief, you've seen statues before, right? Know that they don't talk or anything. Consider this, Mort. You're a floating, talking skull who's denying the possibility of a living statue. You touch the statue and find that while the clothes that adorn it are of a gray cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. Maybe it's a little too anatomically correct, Chief. As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open and it catches your fist in an iron-hard grip. Narrowing its cold gray eyes, it speaks with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Why would you strike Quisai? Forgive me, I only meant to see if you were truly a statue. You are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. The statue's eyes open. He gazes at you with cold gray eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Your patience is noted. Quisai would speak with you now. Mort rolls his eyes and makes a gagging noise. Powers, no, not another Burke that talks like this. I realize I'm missing... Oh god, the instrumentation. I couldn't hear the left side and it was just fucking soloing. What is it that you were meditating upon when I first found you? The Way of Stone. A philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Kwisai seeks to achieve invulnerability. Yes, now, the way is not yet perfect. Kwisai will make it so one day. Kwisai knows this. No one has asked Kwisai to share his knowledge of the way. Kwisai shall do this now.
Updated my journal.
After hours of listening and many, many questions. Wow. You come to understand what little of Kwisai's Way of Stone he can teach you. In combat, you'll use it to resist and deflect your enemy's blows. What do you do here? Would see you break this stone. With some effort, you snap the shard of rock in two. He takes the stones from you and places them in his mouth, chewing them to dust. Physically suitable. To defend myself. There are many ways to do these things. One may steal an opponent's weapon, leaving him defenseless. One may hide. If one cannot be seen, one cannot be attacked. Your scent or very thoughts will give you away. Mighty spells can smite many foes more quickly than any blade. Mages are like a flask of flaming oil, powerful but once spent, nothing. They are physically deficient, their spells merely crutches. Man, I am too good at talking. Kwisai finds you fit to teach.
Updated my journal.
What? Oh, okay, he like disappeared. Some of these sensates. Maybe I should be talking to them. Okay, so here is where the door is to the next little area. Or hallway. Who's that guy? Is that Merriman? Listen up, Merriman. This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. Why'd he shoo me away? That so? About what, eh? Well? She says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? That they are. Delora's a construct. Didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. But cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. What do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of a wholly new experience. So I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. So do I just wallop you on the back of the head, or what? No, you bloodthirsty lummox. I'll need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draft of the river Styx. Something like that. Ah, I have just the thing. Here, take this mug. It holds a dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It should wipe your memories clean. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression.
Dated my journal.
Merriman looks at you confused, then at the paper in his hands. Congratulations, Merriman, you've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information. Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. That's so fucking stupid. I love it. Is this the training hall? It must be. Why can't I save? There we go. This place is big. Big enough to be a fest hall of sorts. A Festivus hall. Uh-oh. Death's Advocate. Oh, is this... No, the Advocate's house was a different guy. Sigillians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Darks? Give me a break. We're really not going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasure... This is what you said last time. We're staying, for a while at least. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death. It is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Beginning of more suffering. For when you die, you shall not cease to exist, no, far from it. The outer plane shall welcome you to their breasts. There a new life, one such as you have never known, awaits you there. He said there twice, that's for sure. Shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life, and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you've been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill toward your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass on to this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses an eternal boredom. Perhaps you lived your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red Carceri, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Looks like we know where we both are going to end up when we die. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth. And perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please without a care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Bator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss, that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering, or servitude in the dreaded Blood War. And that's if you're lucky. No matter where you go, know this. You shall be embarking on a new life. A new life, my Sigillians! And that's supposed to be an incentive? We get to do this all again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Whee! Pike him, what a tard. Spoken just like someone who hasn't died before, huh? You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory or your past life. Your soul goal, if you will, is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally, one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you must hold to your ideals. Oh, this is one big steaming load. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, or somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. 'Tis a glorious existence, my Sigillians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that waits you after this life. What wash? A question? A question from one of the living, perhaps. Go ahead, Chief. Tell him the dark of it. Yes, I have a question. Explain alignment to me? Explain, what if someone can't die? Nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. But suppose that someone can't die. It seems it. I can't die. Oh, truly, look everyone, a rare treat. One of the great immortals has graced us with his presence. Greetings, O immortal. I can prove it. Oh, do. There's more laughter from the audience. What sport! Take heed, my audience. I think we shall have a rare display of my lecture today. Come up here, O immortal, and we shall see who is right and who is dead. By the powers! I think it's only fair that you prove your point now. Well now. Go on, die, here, now. Prove your words to be true. Embrace your life as a petitioner. Now, I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. So, this great new life on the Outer Planes may not be all it's supposed to be? Perhaps not. Well, certainly not now. Can a petitioner die? Well, yes. What happens when they die? Well, you merge with the plane. What if a petitioner dies on a plane other than their home plane? Well, then that is the end of life there. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. To do so would, be oblivion should they die, really. Why do petitioners lose their memories? What? Why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? You know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? I do. Looking at you, sir, I cannot begin to wonder why. So why do they lose their memories? I imagine that it is because you must start afresh, your petitioner soul pure when you arrive on your new plane. And why should you have to do that when all your life experiences have determined what plane you end up on? I don't know. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share? I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on the astral plane as memory cores. He's right! Well, perhaps he is. Well, then the question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living again? Yes, that's what I thought your answer might be. The Dustmen say that this life is where we end up when we die. There are countless petitioners, my friend, Dustmen among them, who would disagree with Dustmen. Philosophy. No question. He looks eager to wrap things up. Then I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so, tell all your friends! Weird. What just happened? Uh-oh. 3 planes aligned. Bunch of sensates. Thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos, this man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold, black eyes. I am known as Three Planes Aligned, a Githzerai scholar. If you are here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief and how they shape the planes. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs and how one acts upon those beliefs. At their core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of three ways: with good in their heart, with evil in their heart, or indifference or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of these core behaviors in one of three different ways: in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or in an indifferent neutral manner. Thus there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. The 9 alignments then are lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good. Okay, all of them. Now I shall speak of the power of alignment and the beliefs it engenders, of how from them the very deities gain strength, and how belief can physically affect one's environments. A deity must have worshippers, for it is the faith of such subjects which gives them power. As converts are made and more come to believe in a god, the more power that god receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float in the astral plane. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. First, though, I would define gate towns. Gate towns are towns on the outlands, the largely neutral area which Sigil spins over the center of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate, or portal, to one of the outer planes. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil, Bator is lawful and evil, Mechanus is lawful neutral, Mount Celestia is lawful and good. The Outlands, again, are true neutral, leaning to neither law or chaos. I wonder if the Outlands are balanced. It would make sense that they would be, because they have to be balanced between law and chaos. Like, you can't... Like, to be true neutral as a landscape almost just seems like it would just be nothing. It would just be beige nothingness. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the Outlands and into the outer plane. For example, the town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Bator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but the entire town's alignment and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Bator. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics, promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of their lawful evil god. Typo! Typo! Were this to occur, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral Outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Bator. Whole layers of planes may move this way. Thus, many wars are wars of belief and faith by necessity. They are the tools by which territory is obtained and held. This, then, is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. This session has ended. May belief guide your actions and shape the planes to your will. Farewell, all of you. No questions. I said no questions! Uh-oh. Eli, thief in training. Oh, this is like the thief's den. Dude, so many thieves? What's up, Eli? Let's talk to Eli Havelock. Huzzah! Look who's arrived! Ready to train? Right, here. Let's see you take this from my hand, Cutter. But Eli's too fast. Good enough, though, Cutter. We'll continue. Now, you understand that you've got to drop your current profession, right? Are you prepared to do this? Nah. What the fuck was that? Someone's doing some shit. Oh, there's Quisai. Oh, there's a warrior training. It's weird that it says Bariar for this. I don't think that's his name. I think that's like his species. Huh. Let's see what Quisai says. You are here to train under Quisai. Are you a warrior by trade? Then Quisai can teach you nothing. Okay. Like, this is a different species, and it doesn't say... I guess you got 4 hooves, and it's... All you are is your species. You're not a warrior in training. Uh-oh, this is my shit. My people. Oh, there must be a mage around here I have to, like, talk to first. Hint? This person is staring intently at a metal panel mounted on the chamber's wall. After a moment of fierce concentration, they wave their hands about and utter a string of impressive-sounding arcane syllables, all to no effect. Nonetheless, they continue to practice diligently, far too involved with their work to speak to you. Okay, same shit. How about this guy? This guy's like talking. This person is carrying a sheaf of papers and unwound scrolls. They occasionally pause to look through them and read portions of what's written aloud, practicing elaborate hand motions as they do so. They look up as you come to stand before them. Greetings. Greetings. What is this place? This is where aspiring mages can come to train and study. Many wizards took their first steps in the art as fledgling sorcerers here. Where's the trainer?
Updated my journal.
I do not know where Lady Thorncombe has gone. I would suggest you try the sensoriums. She spends much of her time there. Perhaps too much. Ask Splinter, just inside the fest hall's entrance of them. You cannot reach them yourself, but he will take you there. Cool. Okay. Alright, I think I've reached... Ooh, the dormitories? Alright. Let's go to the dormitories. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Civic Fest Hall. Some sensates.
Done.
Fest Hall room clerk. The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Something I might help you with, sir. How would I get into one of these rooms? You'd have to be a member of the Society of Sensation, sir. Approved by Splinter. He's just inside the entrance to the Fest Hall if you'd like to speak with him. The Civic Fest Hall often rents out unused chambers by the evening. You could certainly rest there should one be available. Okay, I don't need one right now. How big is this place? Big enough. Alright, let's go to the Sensoria.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. Hurry up. Did you guys get stuck? God damn it. Can't open a door without my help, can ya? There we go. Dakon's got the right idea. There's our boy. I had some questions. I wanted to ask about you. No, I did that. I see I had another question. How can you help me? Can you show me to the sensoriums? There are 2. The public sensorium where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensorium where only members of the Society of Sensation are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself. We must take you there. Okay. Fucking warped.
I'm gone.
Sensate guide. Bunch of sensates. Okay, I imagine there's just like these stones in all of them. Let's talk to the guide. I like that fucking weapon just chilling. Greetings. Are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Yes, I am. There are currently more than a dozen standard sensations available, as well as 6 more extravagant experiences. The use of a standard stone is 10 copper commons. The more involved ones will cost 150 coppers? Would you care to hear of the standard or the extravagant sensations? Some of the various sensations. Will one of these suit you? Consuming impatience. Sheer wonder. Oh, mind-numbing tedium. Supernatural lust. Always wanted to fuck a ghost. Psychosis, festering jealousy, bitter loathing, pure glee. Complete bafflement. Horrible regret, shock and a rise to seething vengefulness, slowly dawning horror, indescribable frustration. Oh, Jesus. Lycanthropy? Is an emotion or a sensation? Lycanthropy sounds fun. The stone you shall want to use is in one of the larger chambers, one room counterclockwise from the stairwell. It is blue-violet in color. Stairwell, okay, it's in here. Can't wait to experience lycanthropy. This bluish-purple stone is the one that the clerk directed you towards. Within it lies the experience lycanthropy. Suddenly aware that the hour has almost come, you leap from your bed and run flying from your cottage and into the surrounding woods. Stumbling in the dark, you come to a small moonlit clearing. The one you had found last week and decided to use tonight. You hastily strip off your clothes, sit in the long grass, and wait. You close your eyes, listening to the steady chirp of crickets, the throaty croaking of bullfrogs in the nearby creek, the rustle of the grass as the wind caresses it. What would someone think seeing this through your eyes, experiencing this moment and what was next to come? Soon you would travel to the city, find a cleric to rid you of the curse. But for now, may as well make the best of things. You rub your hands together with anticipation, grinning like a bearded, fire-haired giant of a madman, sitting naked and alone in the forest clearing in the dead of night. Fire-haired? Why do you gotta be a redhead? A prickling sensation runs across your skin, and your senses sharpen dramatically. You breathe in through your nose, inhaling the scent of everything around you. The damp earth, the sweat on your cast-off clothes, the opossum clinging fearfully to the tree behind you. You open your eyes and look down at your forearms. The faint moonlight reveals the slightest quivering across their surface, but in moments the flesh begins to ripple impossibly, tufts of thick brown fur sprouting forth. With a grisly crackling sound, like popping joints and grinding bones, your back and shoulders begin to hunch and broaden, uncomfortable but not quite painful. Your muscles, your entire body mass doubles, triples in size, and continues to grow. Still fascinated by the transformation yourself, you watch as your fingers wither away to nothing, hands swelling into meaty paws from which burst fur and massive black claws. The night seems to become brighter as your eyes transform, become accustomed to the darkness. A wide muzzle comes into view, and you touch your wet, snuffling nose delicately, chuckling to yourself. Next time you think, you'll have to stare into a mirror or pond as the curse takes effect. Watch your face warp and change, losing its familiar shape to become a bear's. I'm a werebear? Soon it becomes difficult to concentrate upon anything but your more basic urges. Food would be good right now. Yes, food. Perhaps you'll get lucky and find a nice fat catfish in the creek. You rise off your massive haunches with a huff and begin to amble through the trees on all fours, heading for the water's edge. Your experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you've gained something from using the sensory stone. Okay. Where is the mage woman, the mage trainer? Not in here. In this one? Oh, wait. Oh, there she is. This comely middle-aged woman is wandering about dreamily, absent-mindedly chewing on her thumbnail. Her eyes seem focused on nothing in particular. She is dressed in elegant yet disheveled finery, and her hair is slightly tousled. She takes her thumb from her mouth, smoothing back a strand of hair that had fallen in front of her eyes. Are you by chance Lady Thorncombe? No, I am not, sir. But I think you are, madame. I was told you are the mage's tutor of the Civic Fest Hall. And if I was this woman, what of it? I'd hoped to receive training in the magical arts.
Updated my journal.
I shall dash your hopes to pieces then. I no longer wish to teach magic. Now go, leave me in peace. As if it were any concern of yours. But it is. I seek to learn, and you can teach me. And you can teach. I would know what I might do to convince you to train me. She sighs loudly and resumes chewing on her thumbnail. I doubt there's much you can offer me which I cannot find on my own. The sensory stones provide me with all things that my considerable wealth cannot buy. Yes, each stone has recorded within it one experience or another. When I first came to these halls, I spent a little time with them. Only now do I realize what I had been missing.
Updated my journal.
One could spend lifetimes here among the stones, experience after wondrous experience. Mere words cannot express their magnificence. I can only suggest you see for yourself, sir. Nonsense, I could stop any time. I merely choose to bask in their wonder. Why waste time teaching dawdling, ungrateful magelings when I could remain here among these precious stones, living 100 new lives each day? I don't think the stones are there for that. Shouldn't you seek sensations of your own to share? What you think matters little to me. Farewell. Well, I don't have a quest, but he made some notes in his journal? You, I hope you have not come here in an ill-fated attempt to drag me back to the training chamber. I know, she's so addicted. I had questions about you. She's not looking at you. Had questions about this place. Was there? Couple of sensates. Well, shit. Alright, let's go see if that guy wants to be the mage trainer. Oh yeah, that sounds right. I like these smaller rooms, they're nice. Okay. Gotta get the map. Okay, that's the one I went into. Alright. Let's see if the Sensate guides will say anything about her addiction. I had some questions. This is the public sensorium, whose chambers hold recorder or sensory stones. No. No thanks. Well, shit. Sounds like they don't care if they're creating addicts. Oh, well. Alright, let's go talk to Onyx. Onyx! Salabesh.
I'm gone.
Alright, Salabesh. This tall, thin man dressed in heavy crimson robes has sharp, pinched features. He bows regally as you approach him. I am Salabesh, oft called Salabesh the Onyx, future mage tutor for the Civic Fest Hall. You have business with me? No? About what? Not the ward and the like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions. Why are you called the Onyx? A long tale, which I'll shorten to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Salabesh the Golden, for I was said to have a heart of gold. Small, hard, and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. The Onyx appellation, along the same lines as the Golden, though admittedly somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. Not certain if I deserve the name any longer. You cursed him so that what? Oh yes, you heard right. That sort of thing is why I'm known as the Master of Curses, you know. What do you mean by future mage tutor?
Updated my journal.
It's a prestigious position, to be an official tutor in one of the Festal's training chambers. It's my intention to one day take the position of mage's tutor, but the title's currently in the possession of the Lady Thorncombe. If only I could somehow prove that I'd be a superior tutor. You could always bring up the fact that she's addicted to sensory stones. She doesn't seem to want to teach anymore.
Updated my journal.
Is she now? And she no longer cares to teach? Excellent. I'll request to be made the new mage's tutor shortly, then. Alright. Let's see if we got Salabesh in the mage training room.
I'm gone.
Let's see, can we make it? I think we will. I think we're gonna make it. Come on, where's Salabesh? Whoa. It did fizzle, didn't it? Maybe I beat him here. I wonder if I could go talk to Thorncombe. I don't even know who's in charge of making different people trainers or what. Maybe, Splinter knows. But I doubt it. Excuse me. What if I already was a sensate? I haven't come to this place in a long time, but I assure you, I was a sensate. We do not recognize you, but we see no lies dripping from your tongue. Very well, we shall grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation, if you can show us what sensations you've gathered already. We would ask for 5 sensations then, each pertaining to one of the body's senses, or a single experience which has strong elements of all 5 senses. I'd have a single experience to contribute then. I woke up, not knowing where I was, on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, the place where only the dustmen or the corpses in their care have seen. Wow. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs around the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. A disturbing experience. And I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Yes. We welcome you back, traveler, and grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of the Society of Sensation. All right. Okay, well that worked. But I'm not going to the private sensorium yet. I'm going to go bring Delora, was her name? What was her name?
Done.
Delora, the keys to her heart. Also, it's weird she's a robot. Or something. A sculpture.
All right.
All right. Hey, Delora. Hey, you. I like the music here a lot better. Yes, I have the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
At last. These will be of great use to me. I thank you. I was hoping to learn more about your nature. Merriman never told me much regarding my construction. I know little of the inner workings of my body, much as you likely know little of yours. Outwardly, though, I am a human woman in all respects, save for the texture and temperature of my flesh. What about your mind, your emotions? Its functions are as much a mystery to me as any human's. I don't know, it sounds like she's just a created person, but her temperature's wrong? I guess she's kind of a golem? In some respect, I mean... When I first came to this place, I did not understand emotions, nor have any of my own. I have feelings now, though I am only beginning to understand them. I can only assume that Merriman made the key so that there would be no risk of me drawing away from him before I had tired of his experiment. Now that they are in my possession, I am free to develop and possess my own emotions. How does your mind work? Oh, I already asked about that, I think. Yeah. What can you tell me of the silent prostitute? Her name is Echo. Paramisha, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into Megogalamdraga's maw. Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Paramisha's paramour myself once. I will assume you mean her personal scent, which she alleges has been stolen from her by one of the prostitutes here. I do not know with whom it now rests. You may wish to ask Nenny, however, as she sees much of what occurs here. Vivian utilizes an aspect of the art to create, change, and enhance the olfactory aspects of an object. Perhaps the thief knows some of these skills as well. Her scent would have to rest in an object, however, and not on the thief, were that the case.
Updated my journal.
Dolores shakes her head. I've not seen Marissa's veil since she last wore it outside her chambers. That was some time ago. She shuts her eyes for a moment, then speaks again. Nenny sees much of what goes on here. You may do well to ask her if she has seen anything that might help you. Okay. Cool. Nenny. Nenny? I don't think I've talked to Nenny. Maybe she's the one I haven't talked to. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny, and how are you this fine She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt. All over. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. They're all old scars. I'm fine. I had some questions. Huh? Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm named Nenny, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for the slating of intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at her body. You have tattoos under those scars, too. What's that one? That one's... Looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink... I think that's ink. She traces her finger around the edge of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern! Look at the way the lines intersect here. That's simply amazing. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're all right? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe you're not in some pain. I have amnesia, but that is all. Loss of memory? You are so lucky. Everything must be so new to you. There is truth in that, but the newness is unwelcome. That sounds so sad. Yes, it is. But I had some questions. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Oh, Echo. Yes, she's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know that she never speaks? Truly. I think she was emotionally wounded so badly that she may never speak again. I bet Delora knows because she sometimes talks to the last lover Echo had when she still spoke. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Ooh, I dislike her very, very much. Was that convincing? No, not really. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me, Nenny? You big, mean, nasty brute. Meanie! How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute! Better. Now hit me. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead. Do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nenny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nenny. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh, I mean, oh! Oh, damned be you! You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through. Going out late at night, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think, Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I am my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. All right, that's enough out of you, Nenny. Take this, and this! Ooh, that was easier than I thought. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
Maybe. I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it.
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kamaski Addertongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kamaski's really awful. Anyway, I talked to her first. Hell yeah. Okay. We are over a couple hours. I will wrap up more of these quests next time, probably. But I appreciate everybody that came and said hi and watched, whether in or out or otherwise. Sex joke. Quick save. And let's close this. Yep. Look at my lone square. Help! I can't get out! Help! This is stupid. Yep, that's stupid. Well, here's Darin. I got this, like, light ghost sphere right here. Hopefully it won't kill me. There's my bed. Yep, I'm the cursed mime. I think he's in the upper ward. But, he's in the lower ward of our minds. Well, thanks for checking in, Ralph. And everybody else. I will be back Thursday for more streaming of Planescape Torment. This game is great. And I just want to keep playing it forever. But I'm going to stream all of it. Thanks for the help, Ralph and King Dafu. Cool, Ralph. Take care, and I'll see you again soon, okay? You can watch archives of all my videos. youtube.com/DarinIsAwesome. And you can follow me on Twitter. Sometimes I'm running late to the stream, and I'll let you know there. I'm Darin is Awesome on Twitter. And, you can always leave a comment or message me, and I'll get back to you. I'm not that big of a streamer, so, if you want to talk at all, I'd love to. Okay, everybody. Have a good night.